Well, that sucks. sometimes I just don't have any idea what I'm doing. It's okay though. I enjoy doing it. So if you were in here, I apologize from before. Once again, there we go, big brother. I'm sorry about that. It was, my amateur. I'm an amateur. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, I'm not really an amateur. I've been on YouTube since 2012 on another channel, and also do a podcast on a third channel. And I have a fourth channel where I did crafting stuff for a while. I don't do that anymore, but so I really kind of know about YouTube and stuff. And it's there's no excuse for me to make mistakes like that. So anyway, on the last video, I talked about the shipping metrics. Check those shipping metrics because of the glitch between January 1st and at least January 5th, but it could still be going on. And PayPal refunding buyers when they've already been refunded several times. So we got that out of the way. But the second thing is the post office is really having issues right now. Actually, it's the third thing, not the second, third. The post office is really having issues right now with delivery times. And so I sent a pair of Nike Tour Performance dry fit golf pants to Mead, Colorado. And they were out for delivery on Saturday, and they didn't get delivered. And so then the tracking updated to delayed delivery. So the buyer contact opened a case yesterday, and I think a cat just went by. I got photobombed by my cat, one of them. I don't know which one it was. We have 3 cats and a dog. So we're pet friendly here. So anyway, it went to Mead, Colorado. Well, I called the Mead, Colorado post office this morning. It happens that the Mead, Colorado post office is just like one of those post office box places. Now, it's a real post office, but there's no real shipping from there. So you can pick up your mail there. We have one locally too. Yeah, I have 2 orange ones, a white and gray, and also it's almost like a farm here. Funny farm. I have 2 orange cats, a white and gray cat, and a orange dog. So that was probably Little Pumpkin. She's the small runt of the family, but she's like crazy wild. She usually comes in here while I'm trying to do a video and messes me up all the time. But anyway, so it went to Mead, Colorado. Well, Mead doesn't deliver their own mail. You got to go to Longmont. I spent an hour on the phone trying to get through to this post office, but I finally did. She wouldn't ask me for all she wanted was the address. She said, well, that road, I've gotten several calls on that road, so we're going to check into it, and assured me it'd be delivered by today. But that was the first mistake or first not delivered package I've ever had from the USPS. International packages, sometimes I have. Brazil and Mexico, as I mentioned in the last video, is rough, very rough. But it is what it is, and so good customer service says you need to check into it, and the guy asked me to check into it, so I went above and beyond. I think now I have till the 28th to resolve this situation. Today's the 24th, so hopefully it gets delivered in the next 4 days, because if it doesn't, now I got to refund the guy. And it was like $30 plus shipping on a pair of, they were new with tags, golf pants. So kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and you take those risks when you have business. So I've had a lot of like bad things happen to my eBay business this week. Crazy, weird stuff that never happens. So hopefully we can get that all straightened out and do it. But I really don't know what else to talk about. I could do a real quick sales update for you. Let me get to my selling and sold stuff. Sold a lot of good stuff this week. That could be from the buyer. Oh, it's the offer. I'm going to actually counter that, but I'll do it after the we'll do a quick sales update, and then when I go back, I'll title the video differently, then, because I just have it as take 2 now, so we don't want that. Isn't there a band, Take 2? Pretty sure. My eBay is being slow right now, but I wanted to show you a couple things that I sold and maybe a couple things you can look out for when you're because I will buy anything that makes me money. I'm not opposed to. I'll buy bras. I don't care. I know, Sam, you like my solds. I like my solds too. They bring me some money. So this is going to be a little rough. I wasn't planning on doing this, but since I've got a few viewers, I'd like to do it. So we'll do this one first. Actually, we'll just leave it on this screen. I'll do a screen share. All right. My one monitor's kind of behind the other monitor, so someday I'll get to the point where this is flawless and seamless. All right, here's my solds. So this first one is called Hermitage, and I hope you guys can see this. If it's too small, let me know. Hermitage, A Journey in Time and Space. The manufacturer, Big Brother says he received 3 lowballs offers this morning, but it always counter. If they counter, it's still lowball. I decline. I do the same thing. I always counter any offer, and that's because sometimes they're just looking for a, your lowest price. And I'm not one of these guys who will counter like $1 under my original offer. I'll counter with a fair offer, and if they come back and counter with another fair offer, then we'll go back and forth. Usually, if they're coming in super low, they usually don't end up buying it, but sometimes they do. And that's why lowball offers don't offend me one bit, not at all. Now, the guy offered me $30 on that shirt, which is probably a good deal. So I may end up, taking that offer, but I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit. I paid $1.95 for it. It's not like I'm going to be like getting ripped off myself, and he's getting really decent shirts. Some of those shirts sell for good money. So anyway, the first sold item is the Hermitage. It's a Journey in Time and Space. Now, this is made by a company called KULTUR, Kultur. This video actually should have sold for a lot more, but I just wanted to, you can see I had it at $89.99 at one time. And it has sold for that in the past, but I wanted a quick flip. I bought this along with 2 other Kultur videos. They make a lot of like arts and art. So this is a tour of an art museum, the Hermitage, and apparently it's a really high-rated video. So I went for $24.95. I paid $3 for 3 videos, so $1 each. This is Andrade Honolulu Hawaiian Keyhole Maxi Dress. I don't sell a lot of women's clothing. I hate selling women's clothing, but this one stood out to me. I had it for an ungodly amount for a while. I finally lowered it. I've had this thing for months. Sold it for $24.95. I actually know the lady I went to, so don't know her, but I know of her. I'm glad. Puzzles do really well. This is Last Oasis 1,000 piece puzzle. I bought it for $1.89. That's generally what puzzles are in my Goodwill. And so this one was 1,000 piece, Great American Puzzle, and it was a scene of an oasis, and it had animals in it and stuff. That sold for $22.49 plus shipping. It actually cost me more to ship than $6.50, but that's okay. I still made a good profit on that. This, and I'll go to this one because this one's really cool. This is from 1973. It is a Philadelphia 76ers light switch cover. That thing is cool. No, the puzzle was sealed. I don't buy open puzzles because, first of all, I'm not sitting there counting pieces. And even if it says 1,000 pieces on the box, sometimes it's 950, sometimes it's 1,049. You don't know just by counting. You have to put them together. I only ever buy sealed puzzles because there's no way I'm selling a puzzle opened and it's going to be missing pieces and then I'm going to get a return. And I'm not going to sit there and put them together. I don't have that kind of patience. I'm very impatient. So no, I don't buy open puzzles. I will buy open board games if they have a good sales rank or something. Not a sales rank. I'm talking like an Amazon seller. I don't sell on Amazon if they have a good comps. But anyway, this is a Philadelphia 76ers light switch cover, and it was dated 1973. It actually went to Philadelphia, so I only sold it for $7, free ship. So I made a couple bucks on it. I bought it for 49 cents at a Goodwill or Salvation Army. I don't remember which, but it was really super cheap. But that was really cool. I really liked that one. And if I was into the 76ers, I probably would have kept it. This is just a vintage 1960s Wrangler. And so, like I said, some of this vintage workwear, Poplar Picker, hey, stuff. And I really enjoyed it. I watched the morning show a lot that you guys do. So I just don't comment a lot, kind of quiet. But I'm glad you're in here. It's cool. I'm glad that you guys are sharing, doing the sub for sub thing, because I got a lot of subs that way. And I wasn't even trying. I said it on the last video. I wasn't even trying to get subs. It was just that I popped into the room and all of a sudden I got a bunch of subs. It was crazy. And I subbed to most of the people that I could find in there. I didn't have a lot of time, but I did what I could. Big Brother says he parts out most games unless they're really good shape. Yeah, I'm just now, I watch a lot of Socially Awkward sellers, Sarah, and she does a lot of parting out. I don't know if she does a lot of games, but she does like kitchen appliances. I have a whole box of kitchen appliance stuff over here that I'm parted out to sell, and I've already sold some pieces of it. So I think it's a good business model. Now they don't go, not a lot of them go for a lot, but some of them do. And so parting things out is like, you can buy broken stuff at the Goodwill and still sell some of it. And we have citrus juicers. And that's what I have, a box of parts from 2 different citrus juicers over here. And typically I pay for appliances under $5 at my Goodwill. They're super cheap. So you can part them out. Now, not all are created equal, obviously. Yeah, she does kill it with the parting out. She really does. And I'm learning a ton from her. She's one of the YouTubers that I've probably learned the most from. There's others, obviously, but she kills it. So anyway, so this is 1960s or 70s. It was really nice. The guy had bought another one, and he said it was new old stock, and he only paid $14 for it, but he was willing to give me $32. And all he wants this for is to put it in his SUV for, you know, when he's out. But it was really cool. He just likes this style of jacket, and really good sale there. I paid $3.89 for this at a Goodwill. I am starting really big into parting stuff out. I've got 1,000 slides that I've got to do. I've been putting it off, and I shouldn't. Another thing to look out for. Now, this one didn't sell for a lot. Really good thing to find, and it's these little animated deals. Behind me, you can't see it right now, and I'll show you later. There's a Snoopy one, and you probably saw it on the, when I had my camera up. But these little animated dancing things. This one is by Gemmy, and Gemmy is one of the better companies to look for. This one sold for $19.83, but I paid $1.89 for this. You know, so that's not a bad return on investment. Some of them go for a lot more. Some of them go for a lot less. The dancing hamsters tend to do well. This guy sang La Cucaracha. It was great. I would love selling car parts and tractor parts, Poplar Picker, but I don't have the ability to pull parts, and we don't have like a pull apart place around here. So I can't do it. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Too much work, right? For me. But it's a great business model for somebody who can do it. So anyway, so I always put a video in with these. I'm not going to play it because it'll slow down my deal, but I always put a video in. And if you don't know how to put a video in, you can go to this YouTube or Vimeo creator. It is idsntech.com. You take your video URL and just paste it here, and then it'll give you a code. You can paste it right in your HTML on your eBay sale page, and it'll pop up with a video. Now, when you click on the video, it'll come up like this, and then they have to click on it again. But This guy sang La Cucaracha. It was great. My wife didn't want to sell it, but I said, you know, we're selling it. So over Christmas time, I sold a lot of the Hallmark snowmen animated ones, and those things sell really fast and for really decent money. So, and I was paying, like I said, $1.89 a piece for them at the Goodwill. And I got some of them after Christmas that sold. Now, the video thing really isn't that hard. I take maybe a 30-second video. I keep them unlisted on my YouTube channel, so they are on this YouTube channel. I think actually the dancing hamster is listed, is a listed video where anybody can view it because I think it was funny. But it is what it is. I like putting videos in there because I think it helps sell. And so for anything that has moving parts, you're probably going to want to put a video in there. It helps. So I'll have to check out that video. She says she had a video where she spent $6,000 in an auction. Wow. I just don't have that kind of capital right now. I wish I did. And she bought a bunch of tractor parts. That was Popular Picker. Good money. Yeah. Bought a bunch of tractors, not parts. So did you part all those tractors out? And that's where you're getting your tractor parts from? Or did you sell some of them like local? Sam, I'm not in my first year of selling on eBay. I am, oops, that was the wrong button. I am on my, I don't know, 20th year. But this is my first year of selling full time. And I'll tell you what, experience. I started February 3rd of 2017 full time because of a back issue. I couldn't work anymore. So this was something I knew how to do. Okay, parting them all out now. That's cool. I wish I could come across something like that. I don't have the tools and stuff to part things out of that nature, but I could find somebody who did. And my brother-in-law has a couple properties where I could probably store the stuff. He's got 2 big barns, and so if I really wanted to do it, I could. And maybe in the future I'll do things like that. But at this time, parting out appliances works great, and it doesn't take up a lot of storage space. So. This is a NCAA sports instruction VHS. It's, I think, from the 90s. It's just an official video that was put out by the NCAA. This went to an actual volleyball coach in California, which is really cool. So he's actually going to use it to instruct on how to play volleyball. I think that's great. I enjoy knowing the backstory of where some of my things go. I will not go and look it up, but I enjoy when it goes to somebody who's going to use it for a purpose like that. So 150. I paid $9.89 at the Goodwill for this. I'll show you what it really is here. That first picture wasn't that great. Professional Panasonic 3CCD AG DVC P2 whatever personal camcorder, and the bag that came with it. The bag itself was worth $50. The camera, I could have got a lot more money for this camera, but I saw it at the Goodwill one day, and it came with all this stuff. I actually sent this one out FedEx Smart Post, so it still hasn't made it there. But I took $150 on this one. I paid $9.89 for this whole setup at Goodwill. It just happened to be sitting there one day. It was not priced. I took it up to the counter, and she's like, well, there's no price. I'll have to get this guy to price it. He went back, and while he was going back, well, what are you willing to pay for it? I said, I'd give $20 for it because I'd already looked up the comps on the camera. And she rung me up for $20, and as soon as she hit the sale button, the guy came back, is $9.89 okay? And I said yes. So I had her cancel the first sale, and I got this whole thing for $9.89. It's like a camera that they use. It takes the oh, what tape did that take? I actually think I put some JVC Mini DV, DVC Mini DV is what it is. DVC Mini DV tape. So that was great. Popular Picker says if you have spring cleanup days where people are putting out junk on the road, you can find a lot of vacuum and carpet cleaners to part out. Yeah, I used to, back when I first started on eBay in the 90s, we'd make our rounds on garbage night. And I can't tell you how much money we made picking things out of other people's garbage. I didn't think about parting things out in those days. But what I did was, just go through the trash and find people throw the best stuff away, stuff that has no reason to be thrown away. Could be gifted, could be donated to the Salvation Army, Goodwill, or another thrift store. But it's this throwaway culture that we have. And so they'll throw some really good stuff away. My brother-in-law found one of the shock collars for a dog in the garbage one day. And he got $150 for that. Free. It was free, and that was back in the 90s. I don't know what that particular color would sell for now, but it was crazy. It was crazy cool. My brother found a Bible that was in the garbage. You find all sorts of what do you call it? Personal information, and that's crazy. It's crazy to find people's Social Security cards. People, when somebody dies, throw things out. And I'm going to stop the screen share here because that's basically the stuff I sold recently. So, stop. Here we go. And give it a second. Okay, so it's crazy that people stuff people throw out. And I used to do flea markets back in the early 90s, and so I would make $400 or $500 on other people's trash, just because I went through the trash. We used to go out every Wednesday and Sunday night because those were garbage days in the two towns that I was close to, and every week we'd find $400 or $500 worth of resellable stuff. And in the early 90s, $400 or $500 for a weekend's worth of work, selling it at a flea market was pretty good. A lot of it was garage sale type stuff, and then eBay came around and bam, it was easier to do. Yeah, people moving out is my favorite time because they'll throw everything out. Some people, when they move out, don't want to take a damn thing with them. And so those were our favorite things to find on the curb. I don't do curb digging anymore, or curb, I don't know, what do you call it? Garbage digging is what we always called it, or garbage picking. That much because my wife really isn't a fan of bringing other people's garbage into the house, and I don't have enough place to store it. My eBay inventory is kept all nice and neat, except for what you see here. This is just some boxes that were given to me yesterday. You can see behind me the animated things I was talking about. Most of those up there are all animated. Some of them have value, some of them don't. The Christmas stuff does really well, but anyway, so I don't really have a place to sort things. So I'm pretty picky right now on what I find. But the best thing I found recently in the garbage, we just happened to be driving by, was a mid-century modern pole lamp. And I sold it for $250 on eBay back in, I want to say September, October. We just happened to be driving down that road because we needed to go to the scrapyard. And the scrapyard was a couple houses down, or a couple buildings down from this house, and it was sitting out there, and it was metal, and none of the scrappers picked it up. It was crazy to me. So there is money to be made in other people's trash, and I wish I could do it. Eventually, I'm going to build a building here, or opportunity to do things like that. But because I have limited storage, now I have a 2,500 square foot house, but also a garage. My Volkswagen is parked in the garage. So that kind of takes up the garage. It's only a one-car garage. And my son lives in one bedroom. Her son lives in another bedroom. And we have another bedroom. So it kind of takes up a lot of that 2,500 square feet. This is a little office. This is maybe 200 square feet, this office that I'm in. So it's great. I see Kirby parts at Sam Dallas mentioned Kirby parts in the chat. I see Kirby parts all the time. Sounds like a fire. I don't know if you can hear the sirens going by. There's sirens all the time. I see Kirby parts really cheap at Goodwill all the time, but I've never picked any up, so I might have to try those. And I'll do some research before I do it. I know Kirby has made vacuum cleaners forever, and they have all sorts of attachments and heads, and I'm sure some are rarer than others, but I'll do it. Big Brother says he doesn't bring trash into the house for fear of bugs. True. When I did it before, we had a garage, big garage, 2-car, and we did all our sorting outside the garage, and anything that was dirty got cleaned outside, and then everything got stored in the garage anyway. So it wasn't, and none of it really ever came into the house, and unless it was something we wanted to keep, and we cleaned it first. So. Yeah, I tried. I didn't never saw Kirby's. I tried Filter Clean, and I'll tell you that's an adventure. If you want to want to have some insight into how these multi-level marketing companies or door-to-door sales companies work, go sell vacuum cleaners door to door, or there's some of them were by appointment. And you start out super, super high with the price, like $1,500, I think it was at the time. My grandma had an Electrolux, and that thing was awesome. You start out super high with the price, and then you got to play this game with the customer. I was just not into it. The customer, I don't want to pay that. Well, let me call my supervisor. Supervisor gives you a lower price. I don't want to pay that. So you keep going back, and that is not the way to do business for me, and I didn't like it. I also sold, if anybody knows about Combined Insurance, which is also a door-to-door thing, great insurance company, don't get me wrong, but it's just not my bag. Going door-to-door selling things is not my bag. And I've done some multi-level marketing stuff in the past too, and that is not my bag. I did Quickstar, which was a division of Amway. I think they're defunct now, but I got one person to sign up, and I said, this is not for me. It was too much like the cult mentality, and I didn't like that. So, ooh, Popular Picker hit the like button. Nice. I don't beg for likes or views or watchers. I do ask for subscriptions if you want to. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that. In this to make money on YouTube, although I'll take it. I don't have a problem with money. I did just get a $100 YouTube check. It wasn't from this channel. I actually got it on Monday. It was from my other channel, which I haven't uploaded to since last February. So the power of YouTube is really good. You can still make money. Even if you had a popular channel and you haven't uploaded to it in a year, you can still make money off of it. It's like a passive income. It's as passive as you're going to get. The problem with that is if you don't upload, then that income starts going down. That was the first check I'd gotten since last February. So it took me that long to make $100 on that YouTube when I was getting $100 or more a month prior. I just lost interest in it on that particular channel. This channel, I really like talking about reselling, and so hopefully that I can do that some more. It is really hard. I went to school. I went to college actually for broadcasting. I still stumble over my words and stuff. I learned a lot. I never did graduate college, but hey, it is what it is. But it's really hard to fill dead air. You don't want dead air, first of all, and it's hard to fill time talking about things. So it's been a while for me to get into this. The other channel I did, I just did video reviews and things of that nature, so it's easier to do. So when you're talking about your own stuff, it's a little bit harder. So it is 1 o'clock on the East Coast here, so I think I'm going to call it a day. I want to thank all 9 live viewers. Thank you. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead. If you don't want to, that's okay too. I'm all right with that. I wish that I didn't accidentally end the broadcast on the other one, because it would have been nice to have a seamless broadcast, but I'll do this one as a sales update and that one as a glitch video. So thanks for watching. I'm going to get out of here. Maybe I'll come back in a day or two and talk some more. If you guys like what I do, please leave a comment down below after the video and let me know. I'm kind of, I don't have a lot of confidence in myself. So I'd like to know if I'm actually doing, and don't, patronize me. Tell me the truth. If I suck, tell me I suck, right? But anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thanks for listening to me babble on for, I don't know, how long did I do this? Quite a while. So you guys are cool. Later.